There we go. Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up? What up? Let's see. Hello. Hello. Shoot, is that off? Manual, no. There we go. What up, what up? Oh, let's turn this on. Boom. Lighting is on, but it's not great. We'll say that. Tristan, what's up? Robo-Elize isn't done yet. I think he loses. Pretty decisively. Pretty decisively. Let's get this thing fucking up. Holy crap. We are live. Here we go. And here we are. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. God, Corey Sandhagen. Yuck. Yuck. Shoot, I didn't do the fucking... Hold on a second. Go there. Go there. Did you see Hamza's media day workout? I seen that he had done a media day, but no. No. Was he was ragged on high-level wrestler for a round? Sure. 2 rounds? Sure. It's also a different type of wrestling. It's not really the same thing, but sure. It's also different when you're getting punched in the face, so. Yeah. What up? What up? Are you also pretty hyped for Lerone Murphy and Aaron Pico? Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I think Pico shocks the world. I think there's a big possibility that Murphy wins, but I'm picking Pico. I think he can get the job done. I think some people are underestimating him, whether he should win or not. I think he's going to do pretty well in the UFC. That might age bad, but I think he might do pretty well in the UFC. But do you think Prime Edson Barboza could give Ilya a run for his money? Yes. 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 Prime Edson was a freak. A freak. Even this Edson Barboza is still pretty good. Hold on, my cat. Okay. Why do you think PFL is doing so many events in Africa now, like the one this weekend? RDA is a legend. What the heck does RDA have to do with it? I'm confused. Oh, RDA in his prime? could give Ilya a run for his money. His chin was always weird, even in his prime, but the output and the wrestling that he had back then was really good. But no, I don't think so. Um, I mean, what else are they really gonna do? You know. Also, the venue they use doesn't hold very many people. What's up, Chris? Yo, let me get a quick MMA vibe check from you. Top 3 or 5 favorite fighters ever? Well, my number one all time is Cowboy. 2 is Carlos Condit. 3 would be um ooh. There's 3. I would probably have to say DJ and then John. But top 3, confident those guys. Who else would you put your money on level of UFC prediction skill? Who else would you put on your level of UFC prediction skill? I mean, I think No Chill MMA is a really, really good predictor. I think Joey's typically pretty good at predicting fights as well. Um, to me, sometimes where I can get things wrong is I overthink it. It's happened to me so many times. Yeah, that's a thing to where I overthink it, and then I have someone in mind, and then I think about it too much about the other guy's possibilities, and then it switches me up. It's just trying to rail that in a little bit and stick to my gut. My favorite 3: Marab, DC, Pereira. DC fan, as if he is your favorite. Wow, okay. I do love Alex Pereira. Do you think Jeff Neal can beat Prates somehow? Yeah, he's a great boxer. He has good power. I don't think he wins, but he definitely could. He has power, so I don't care. What's up? Bro, what's wrong with DC? I mean, brutally honest, I think some of his accolades, like he should have never been light heavyweight champion because he never beat the best light heavyweight champion. Granted, took advantage of John's mistakes. Good for him for sure, but there's big asterisks. He never came close to beating John. So like the light heavyweight stuff is a little weird for me. His light heavyweight was incredible, but there's a little asterisk there for me because he wasn't even really competitive with John. He had good moments, but it's just hard. I don't know. 3, maybe Randy. Ooh, okay, nice. GSP and Anderson are my top 2 for sure. Interesting. I predicted John Jones would be the best ever after I watched him beat Brandon Vera. Ooh, that's a good one. I would have said John, but it's damn tough to be a John fan. Fair. I'm not saying skill. I'm just saying like my favorite fighters. But then again, skill wise and all that stuff, like DC was good. He was very, very, very skilled. You know. But I'm just picking on you. Juice man. What's up? What's up? 3, maybe Randy Couture. Ooh, okay. Is Tim Elliott done? I hope not. I hope not. I like watching Tim Elliott fight. I like watching him fight. I would have to say also Forrest Griffin's on that list. I love Forrest Griffin. For me, Bobby Green's on that. Ooh, Tim Means is on that. People forget how good Tim Means used to be. Yeah. Kai Asakura is a big favorite next week, though. Minus 285. That's interesting. UFC legend that you think doesn't get enough respect. Oh, DJ. Currently, I think Pantoja. I don't think he gets enough respect, but it has to be DJ. There is no... People talk about him, but it feels like he still doesn't get the respect for what he done. Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, Nunes. I want Harrison, but I think Nunes wins. I could switch DC low-key for Chuck Liddell. That's interesting. Okay. I like Chuck. I always thought Chuck was a tidbit overrated, but his run of like 7 straight and then like all by knockout was incredible. But I did always think he was a tidbit overrated. BJ as well. I love BJ as well. People forget how good he was at his peak. I mean, oh yeah, like the Diego Sanchez, Kenny Florian, Sean Shirk fights, incredible. UFC legend, I don't think gets enough respect, is Dominic Cruz. Oh my goodness, I agree. I love Dominic Cruz. My top three: GSP, McGregor, Nick Diaz. Ooh, okay. I love the Nick Diaz. I love the Nick Diaz respect. That guy was incredible. Chuck versus Henderson would have been crazy. I think Henderson would have. I think he would have cracked him before Rampage did. That guy was. Tan Henderson, man, holy shit. I guess it depends when the fight happened. Prime BJ was one of the was in the conversation of the GOAT when he was in his prime. 100%, correct. You a boxing fan at all? I'm excited for the Crawford Canelo fight. I like Crawford a lot. Canelo is very, very good, but I do really like Crawford. I think he's one of the best of all time. Usyk is good. I think right now he has a lot of advantages because of his speed, his angles. You know, the speed is huge, especially because of the heavyweight division he's at. He's faster than a lot of those guys. Maybe doesn't hit as hard as some of them do, but where he doesn't hit as hard, he is fast. And I like that a lot. His defense is pretty good, even though the body shot, it was definitely a body shot, and he was definitely hurt. I still think he's really good. Honestly, one of my favorites in boxing is Wilder. I love what he stands for, but I'm tired of seeing him get hurt. I'm tired of it. Dom Cruz, yeah, Dom Cruz is awesome. Why Brock Lesnar is back? Oh, in WWE? I don't know. I mean, when I seen he came back, I was like, that's cool. I liked that. But I know it's weird stuff. But I'm excited to see what Roro Rosa Jr. can do with his career. He has a lot left to do. So let's see what he can do for sure. I did old school boxing, 90s heavyweights, Roy Jones for the Four Kings, Pernell Whitaker, guys like that. Dude, Pernell Whitaker was so good. Roy Jones in his prime was absolutely incredible. He was so good. You know what fucked him? Going up and down in weight classes. I will tell you, Chris, the one thing I love, I meant to say I dig. Oh, I got what you meant. CM Punk Pereira who wins, obviously Pereira, but he'd be like a million favorite. Is when Tarver told Roy Jones, you have any excuses tonight? Dude, one of the coldest lines of all time. Oh, God, it's so sick. Shavkat versus Islam at welterweight. I think Shavkat. But, whew. Tarver was the real deal. Yep. That line, though, so cold. Oh, in the face-off, too. Whew. Man. Islam runs through Shavkat. I'm sorry, but Islam is on another level. Okay. That's a fight we're gonna have to see because I think Shavkat would do very well in that fight. He's much bigger. I think he's much stronger. Islam might have technical ability in the grappling, but whew. Lennox Lewis too. Yep, Lennox Lewis was good. Mad underrated for sure. Where's Tyson? I hate to say it, was mad overrated. I agree. I think Tyson obviously was incredible, but he didn't fight a whole lot of great competitors. He did have good matches for sure, but I always had the conversation of Ali, Tyson. Ali all day. He's probably my number one. For one, again, what he stood for, and then his talent was incredible. Prime Vanderlei was he was scary. Brock Lesnar is MMA's biggest what if. I agree. He should have started in MMA, not WWE. If he started in MMA, there probably would be some conversation on him being the greatest of all time. I mean, for sure, he would have been the freakiest of all time. But, yeah, that guy, unbelievable. And I hated him as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, what he did was incredible. Prime Kane, Prime Bones. I love Kane, but the problem with it is, like, when you're fighting John is because he studies guys so much and he dissects them, I would think John would submit Kane. I think, for one, him on top of Kane would be brutal. Just brutal. I think he'd have a crazy reach advantage. I think it'd be a bad fight for Kane. Would have loved to have seen Prime Lennox lose versus Prime Riddick Bowe. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Again, like we talked about it, I think, last night was one of my favorite fights of all time is Hagler and Hearns. That fight, oh, goodness, they just go to war. And then Marvin running on the beach, screaming war. I think he was getting ready for the Leonard fight. Fuck, what's his name? I can't remember his name now. Damn it! But he was getting ready for his last fight actually of all time. What if Khabib and Ferguson fought? I think Ferguson would have done so much better than people think. What's your advice to Cyril Gane to become world heavyweight champion? The guy is smart though, but lazy at the same time. Honestly, just stay smart. Understand that Tom has a power advantage. He is fast. Try to make him work, but stay safe. Work early, and then try to take over late. Understand that he's dangerous. Don't stay all the way in or all the way out. Try to get him against the cage if you can. You know, you're gonna have to take some chances when you get to the cage, like takedown wise and stuff like that. But don't go out there and brawl with Tom. Don't stay in a straight line with Tom. But Gane isn't. There's not a not chance that he doesn't win. Like, I guess that's not correct, but he's not. There's not. Tom's not 100% guaranteed to win. Jeez, I couldn't get it out of my fucking mouth. Do you keep up with the season of Tough? If so, I got a question. Yes, I kept up. I just caught up last night with the last episode. I'm from Detroit area. My grandpa was a trainer at a Kronk gym. Tommy Hearns is big on our family. Oh my goodness, dude, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. That's really cool. Who would you have Sugar fight next? I think he should move up a division. Sugar Cejudo, that's a good fight though. Cyril Gane could win. Yes, he could. One of the coolest moments in UFC was when GSP returned from retirement to demolish Bisping at middleweight. I agree. But Bisping had a lot of success with his elbows from the bottom. A lot. Again, GSP. When I was growing up, I never realized GSP, when he was on his big run before he left, how good he was. As I got older, I'm watching fights and all that stuff, you realize going back, damn, he's good. And then he comes back and has a performance like that, and you get to see his height, his IQ and all that. Just something special. That's what I'm talking about. That stuff. Special. Dude, let's be honest here. Aspinall will do him inside 2 rounds. If he wins, yes. For the belt, yeah, I agree. Paulo Costa Mauls GSP, 100% disagree. How? GSP is more well-rounded than Paulo. Again, if GSP fights Paulo the way like Kopylov fought him or Romero fights him, obviously. But I think GSP outmaneuvers him. Cyril Gane is high-level striking. Tom should grapple Cyril right away. Yes, at least test it. Do you think they should make a super heavyweight? No, heavyweight division itself is already not good. Prime Khabib, Prime GSP, I can dream of it. GSP would win. What do you think was the biggest crowd pop in UFC history? In my opinion, there was only one correct answer. 90% of the fans wouldn't know. Ooh. Biggest pop in UFC history? Ooh, I feel like I'm going to get this wrong. I'm probably going to know it, but the one that comes to my mind, you're probably thinking of an older one, is probably when Randy came back and he dropped Tim Sylvia right away. For some reason, that's the one I think you're thinking of. Maybe I'm wrong. Tom will maul and TKO in the first or second. Okay. Do you think Joseph Morales or Ibi Idris wins the flyweight section? I didn't think Joseph was actually going to win this fight. I thought he's very hittable and he doesn't take big punches very well. But he did well in this. I do think Idris or whatever his name is, Iba, I think he wins. To be honest, signed and sealed. Where do you think it should rank in history if Cyril beats Tom? Well, they're definitely going to have a rematch, but it's a good win. And I don't necessarily think it means that Tom is bad. It means what I've been saying, that he's not proven. He's not. Usman was showing glimpses of GSP. A little bit, yeah. His transition from striking to takedowns was best you can get. That I agree. Do I think he's the greatest welterweight of all time? No. I think that is still GSP. Longevity, baby. Hamzat will make DDP cry and press? Doubtful. It'll be the other way around. GSP works Khabib? Yes. Why do you think Roberto Sadiq failed so bad? What do you mean, why did he fail so bad? He's not in the UFC yet. Charles, what's up? No, Matt Serra beat GSP. That means nothing. He got caught because he didn't take him serious. My man, Rogan's mic went static from the crowd. Oh, that's what you're talking about? Yes. As soon as you said that, I think it was the 90s or... Yeah, you said something. I was like, it has to be an older thing, and that was so big. Let's go. Easy work. I don't think so. Emmanuel Rodriguez should get a contract too. I agree. I thought he was going to be more active with his striking, and Morales did a really good job for one, controlling him. Two, actually started to land big punches on Imanol because he was just kind of moving back. He wasn't doing a great job of being active. I think that fight changes a lot if he's more active. What the UFC future looks like for Kamaru Usman, he's 1 or 2 fights away from getting a title shot. How good of odds do you need to bet Michael Page? I think he does very well. Did you hear War Machine and Cain Velasquez are cellmates? I highly doubt that. Cain Velasquez would absolutely destroy War Machine. They're in prison for 2 totally different things. I don't even think Cain's in prison right now. Boris' chances against Ink are at light heavyweight better than his chance to beat DDP. He got dominated on the ground in rounds 1 and 2, but round 3 he did immensely better, 100%. Second round was close. But yeah. He did a lot better. Why? Because he was active. Very weird. Also, let's be real. DC as a coach irritates the hell out of me. Because he's like, get up. You got to move forward. Come on. Move. Go forward. You got to be active. God damn it. Why wasn't he active? It's just like, dude, how about you give instructions? How about you tell him things that he can do? It's so frustrating to me. Chael does it too, I'm saying. Hear me out. Mac Dixon is the motherfucker to watch for. I like Mac Dixon. The problem, I think, with him, I don't know if I trust his cardio. I don't think he has great striking. He has great wrestling and good top control, but how does that do in the UFC? I don't know. I'm very curious on him. I like him, but I'm curious. Can DDP beat Ank? Oh, yeah. Kane could easily come back and be super heavyweight champion in the UFC. If he was like healthy and ready to go, correct. He would maul Tom. How do you think Kurt Angle would have done if he chose MMA instead of WWF? He would have gotten started in the late 90s, prime in early 2000s. He had been world champion. Islam is a tough spot if he loses against Jack. Stay at 170 or fight a contender at 55. A lot is weighing on him. I think he feels the pressure. I don't think he feels the pressure. Coffee, what's up? I don't think he feels the pressure. He has really nothing to lose because he was champion when he went up. Even if he's not champion now, he has nothing more to prove. You know? What's up, Liver King? What's up, Primals? DDP and Pereira light heavy would be lit if Alex wins and DDP moves up to fight champ. That would be sick. I would love Pereira DDP. Love it. Disrespect on Tom is crazy, but it's true. You tell me Cain Velasquez wouldn't prime Cain wouldn't beat Tom? Of course he would. Prime JDS probably beat Tom. Again, Tom's not proven. Tom's good. He's not proven. I don't know. He's going to be a champ for a while. We'll see. Ilya versus Arman. Ilya. Top 3 favorite UFC highlight moments. Oh, Cowboy Cerrone's highlight reel combination against Rick Story, Carlos Condon's highlight reel with Dan Hardy and Stun Gun. Do you think Hamza can beat DDP? Of course he can. I don't think he does, though. But yes, he can. Did you see the Khabib's press conference where he said his fighters retire at 35, so Islam only has 2 fights left? Interesting. Okay. I feel like Alex technical striking would pick apart DDP. Yes, but how would he do with the grappling of DDP and the pressure? I'm curious. What do you need to see from Tom? He beats everyone they place in front of him. Don't be silly, bro. What do I need to see? Sergey Pavlovich is dog shit. Curtis Blades is fucking terrible. What is it? Jake Collier is awful. Andrei Arlovsky was 43 years old. Awful. Awful. Who the fuck has he fought? You keep saying, oh, he's fighting who's in front of him. Yeah, sure. Don't overhype him, though. He hasn't been proven. Did you watch the fucking highlight reel or the fucking fight of him and Curtis Blades 2? Winging punches, getting hit by Blades? Guess what, buddy? You can't get hit like that sometimes. But you know why he can do that with Curtis Blades? Because he sucks. Sorry to tell you. Heavyweight division is trash. It doesn't mean Tom is bad. It means he's unproven. He's the heavyweight champion because he's the best they have without John Jones. Even if you take John out of it, because he's not really a heavyweight, he is the best heavyweight they have right now. That doesn't make him the greatest fighter of all time. It doesn't mean he's great. It means it's the best they have right now. There's not even really competitors or like contenders. Almeida, we don't know how he is if he can't get takedowns. He lost to Curtis Blades. That's not good. Also took him down 9 times, but still, not good. Cyril Gane. Tom Aspinall will not beat Cyril Gane as quick as John did. Now again, I don't want him to. I want a long fight of Tom. I want to see how he does with Gane's good movement. What if Tom's having a hard time catching him with punches? What if he can't really get him down? What if Tom Aspinall's struggling and he's tired in the 3rd round? Turns the super mode on in the 4th and the 5th to win it. What if it's 2-2 going to the 5th round? I want to see the heart from Tom. I want to see Tom struggle. That will get me on Tom's side. That will make me a fan of Tom. Beating Curtis Blades means nothing to me. Beating Sergey Pavlovich means nothing to me. Doesn't mean Tom's not good. It means he's unproven. Just saying. Stipe was 43 when John fought him. Who beat him as badly as John Jones besides Francis Ngannou? Oh, DC? Okay. What did John Jones do to DC? Destroy him twice. No, he wasn't ducking him. John has nothing more to prove. He had 15 title fights in a row. Nobody will do that again. As American, are you frustrated there are no American champs? I do not care. Ben Henderson was underrated? Absolutely was. Absolutely. Tom is way overhyped. He's good, but no, not what everybody is making him out to be. Exactly. He fights in a dog shit division. It doesn't mean he's bad. In my opinion, the best 3 KOs of all time is Leon head kick to Usman, Holloway last second on Gaethje, Chandler head kick, front kick to Ferguson. That's not bad. 1, Silva hands down versus Forrest. Oh, that one hurt me so bad too. 2, Rampage Pride Slam, correct. Lawler versus McDonald round 4 stare down. Dude, that stare down is another one, Chris, is when Lawler and Condit at the end of their fight and Big John holds them both against the cage or on the cage. Such an iconic moment. I love that fight. Awful robbery, by the way. But yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Sorry. You'll see how good he is. We'll see. We'll see. Could Jailton Almeida come in and beat Ankalaev at 205? Yes. Aspinall era? Okay. Gane has been away making films, I guess, will be your excuse. My excuse will not be that. If he goes in and destroys Gane, cool. Who's next? Cool. I want to see how he does with the movement of Gane. I've always said this, and I have records of saying this. I want to see how he does against his movement. Oh, he destroyed him? Okay, who's next? That's one good fight, or one good opponent that he's fought. Ciryl Gane. Okay, he destroyed him? Cool. Who's next? Would you be shocked if Francis KO John Jones? Absolutely. Your favorite fighter of all time in the UFC except John? Cowboy Cerrone is my favorite fighter of all time. John isn't ducking Tom. Correct. But he is sure as hell ducked Francis for years, yes. I think John would have probably choked him out in a couple of minutes, but John ducked him big time. The problem I have with that is John, when Francis and him were talking it out, John said, Francis, I'm going to take 3 years, I'm going to build myself up, and then I'm going to go to heavyweight. Francis said, hold your beer, I'm going to go to boxing. He didn't want to wait for John. Was John going to fight Francis? Yes. Yes. But Francis didn't want to wait. Roy Nelson versus Kimbo on Spike TV was hyped big time. Oh, yes, it was. John never ducked anyone. People stop with that misinformation. Correct. Francis wasn't able to KO Gane either. That's true. Khabib in his prime versus current Tyson. Current Tyson, sorry. Kimbo. Also, Kimbo was awesome. He was awesome. R.I.P. Kimbo, for sure. That's the only issue that I have with John and the Francis thing. John came out and said, I'm going to build up to fight you. And Francis said, hold your beer. I'm going to go do something else. Hamza Chimaev says he'll move up to light heavyweight. What do you think of that? We'll see if he can get past DDP first. I have no idea. That seems crazy to me. Well, we're not doing political stuff. I'll tell you that, buddy. We're not doing that. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Roy Nelson, Kimbo was crazy, hype-wise. Even just having Kimbo on the show was awesome. It was awesome. So cool. But you're thinking about it? Not thinking about it at all. I mean, we're not being political. We're not talking about it. We're talking about fights. I mean, we're not doing that. I couldn't care less about that stuff. That's a fight? No. Who's the co-main UFC Chicago coming up? Isn't it DDP Cannonier? It is Laurel Murphy Pico. Who should Topuria next? Oh, fight Ilya next? Probably Armin, but maybe Patty. Nah, John waited 3 years because he didn't want to fight at the Apex during COVID shutdown, and if he took 3 years to build up, he sure looked like shit physically versus Gane. Well, it also came out after. There's like a documentary on it with John, and this is true. He had a torn knee going into that fight, and I guess that's why he looked like shit, which he still dominated, but, sure. Looked like shit. And that's why he looked better in the Stipe fight, because in the Gane fight, his knee was destroyed. He talked about it and the buildup of that fight. But like I said, if John didn't say he was going to take his time and all that stuff and they were supposed to fight and all that, then yeah, sure. But he literally came out and said, I'm going to take time to build up to fight. Where are you? Were you a big Alistair Overeem fan? You remember his fight versus Roy Nelson? Yes, but that's not really Overeem. That's not really Overeem. Now, that was the last good, tough season, really, about after that, straight dog water. I didn't mind the Connor season, the first one, not the one with Chandler. I didn't mind that one. Oh, man. Oh, the one that had Oh man, what was it? Oh, Jamie Rivera was on it. I can't remember which one it was, but that one was a good one too. Taporia will chin Makachev so bad he'll retire. Maybe. Francis called him out of the whole time. Then, when things went bad for with Dana, Dana flipped on Francis and decided to fanboy Jones when they weren't on good terms before. That's fair. All I know from that time was John told Francis, "We're gonna fight, but you got to give me time to build up." So I wish Francis would have stayed. I would have loved to see that fight. But John, what's up? First time here. How do you think Gan versus Aspinall is going to go? I think it's going to be a much harder fight than a lot of people think it's going to be. I think Aspinall is going to struggle with the movement and being able to get to Gan. I think he's going to rush a few times and not have great success for the first time. I think he wins, but I think it's going to be a tougher fight than people think. The other side, what's up, buddy? What up, man? Can McGregor make a comeback to the lightweight division? Absolutely not. Prime JDS versus Prime Crow Cop. Who do you have? Oh. Well, the speed and power from JDS was special in his prime. But Crow Cop couldn't be stopped. Probably Crow Cop. Season 5 and 9 of The Ultimate Fighter are your favorites. Let me see. Let's see here. Ultimate 5. That's Kane Verdum. No, that's BJ Penn. Jesus, what the heck is this in the background? That's Penn Pulver. Okay, yep, I remember that one. All right. Oh, yeah, it says right there. I'm stupid. And then 9. Ooh. Coaches. Oh, United States and United Kingdom. Damn, Ross Pearson was on that one? That's crazy. Wow. That's a blast from the past, man. Exactly. I feel like people are underrating Gon way too much. 100%. Aspinall will not struggle, bro. Are you serious? He's faster and stronger than Gon. Faster. Yes. But he's never fought anybody with good movement. UFC hires you for matchmaking. What 5 fights do you want to make before the end of 2025? Max Holloway is a fight away from fighting for the belt. Prime Cruz versus Prime Yan. Cruz. Couldn't be hit. Cruz. 1 second, John. For sure, I'll get to your chat. 5 fights. John Tom, for sure. John Francis, for sure. John Alex Pereira, for sure. Pereira and Kalaev, for sure. Pantoja Marab, yes. Pantoja Van, maybe first. Marab Umar 2. Usman Usman Islam, for sure. Big. Oh, Izzy. Ooh. Izzy. God, he's in such a hard spot. I'm gonna say Izzy MVP. That's such a hard fight for Izzy, but Izzy MVP for sure. Wonder Boy, Leon Edwards. Yeah, I can keep going. I'm sorry. Ghana has a very good striking defense, and Aspinall gets hit a lot. Correct. Cruz walks Jan like a fucking dog. People forget. What about JDM versus Makachev fight? Who do you have? Makachev. I'm putting a massive bet on Drysis Duplessis to win. Please tell me you agree with you. Oh, I agree, buddy. Oh, I agree. I talked to Sean Wheelock about the judging certification. Where are you located? Indiana. Boers, fair. Usman needs to get a fight and win again before fighting a guy like Islam. That's fair. Wouldn't DDP gets taken down a lot? Sure, but he has good takedown defense. Who would win, Prime Dillashaw or Sean O'Malley? Dillashaw. That movement, the switching the stances, how well-rounded he was, the kicks, Dillashaw. Cruz puts Jan in the Matrix. Correct. I have Dolidze this weekend, though. I do not, but that's fair. Roy Jones versus Marvin Hagler. Hagler. Is that enough? I didn't mean to be rude if I was, Mike. Yeah. Prime Anderson versus Prime GSP. Ooh. That's a tough one because even Prime Anderson was still getting hit a little bit, still having tough moments. Prime GSP was just a monster. And his IQ, I'm probably going to go GSP. It's going to be a sick fight. Yep, I like DDP and Hamza. Dillashaw all day. Mike, what up, buddy? What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well, man. Prime Taporia or Prime Frankie Edgar. Prime Frankie just couldn't be touched. There was moments, obviously, like Ray Maynard. Yeah, that probably changes it. Probably Taporia, because I think Taporia could finish Frankie. Though Frankie was incredible. Same, yeah. DDP is a beast. He doesn't duck anyone. He is not a coward. Fair. Do you condone what Roman Dolidze did to his baby mama ex-husband? Oh, you're talking about taking... oh, she just retired because she had another baby. I mean, I don't think he should have done that, but... that's what you're talking about, right? Because she was cheating on her... I think it was JP Buys. Because it was Cheyenne Buys and the Cheyenne Vismus, I think her name is. I think that's what you're talking about. Frankie was so tough. Yes, he was. But like I said, with the Gray Maynard was able to hurt him and just couldn't finish him. Taporia could. Final question from me for the night. Appreciate you, buddy. Throw Taporia in there with absolute peak Jose Aldo. How does the fight go? Peak Jose Aldo. Peak Jose Aldo. Sorry, but yeah. Is it a tough fight? Yes. Peak Jose. People forget how good he was. People forget how good he was. Oh. Frankie was a menace. Man, loved his fights. Yep. Even though Benson Henderson robbed him, I think, in their second fight. Icon. Yep. How long have you had this length of hair and beard now? A little over a year. Prime Aldo was a different beast. Nothing against Ilya. Correct. Even losing to Aldo. I mean, well, okay. What about Prime McGregor versus Ilya Taporia? Who wins that? I hate Conor. Prime Conor really couldn't be touched besides that Chad Mendes fight that he took on very short notice. Prime Conor, probably. I mean, that left hand was a piston back in the day. I agree. Dude was on Mount Rushmore for a while. Fun talking to my man. Be back again in the future. I'll be back on tomorrow. I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Pete McGregor chins Taporia. Ooh. Let's go. What do you think of Ferguson versus Khabib? Though the fight didn't happen, but what was your take? I thought Ferguson would do better than people thought. I worry with some of the positions that Ferguson always put himself in, especially on the ground and scrambles and stuff, where he was great. If Khabib would able to catch something, possibly, but I think Tony would have done damage with his elbows and stuff on the ground. Also, his Darce was fucking filthy, and if Dustin Poirier can almost finish you with the guillotine, so could Tony. The reach, movement, power, timing, speed. Yep. Prime Wonderboy versus Prime JDM. Wonderboy all goddamn day. Probably not even that long of a fight. I love them both. Yep. What's your UFC 319 lock? Chase Hooper. That's a good one. My lock. Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza is probably my lock. Chase Hooper, I think, is going to have a tough fight. I do think he wins, though. Yeah. I find it crazy that 319 is the first time Hamza is going to fight in the main event or a UFC card. Of a UFC card? Well, he was supposed to main event with Nate. And then whatever that happened. Yeah. It is crazy. The Rowdy fan. Jesus, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm here. Makhachev will absolutely not strike with JDM. Expect a wrestling fest. Expect him to strike. He also will wrestle, but he will strike. He has a good head kick. He has a good straight left. Why don't we ever talk about how the UFC robbed us of Poirier versus Ferguson? They were in the same division for years. Good question. You are correct. I think for a long time there, Ferguson was always at the top, and Dustin wasn't. So I think maybe that's why we didn't. And I don't want to see Tony fight Dustin coming out of his 12-fight win streak. I don't want to see that. JDM is an elite boxer, but he doesn't have big power. He has good combinations, but he doesn't hit that. I mean, he doesn't have crazy power. Top 5 in the UFC, I would say. I mean, sure. But I think Islam actually has a little bit more power in his punches, even if he's not as good of a striker. Will you put your children in MMA? I don't hate it, but I would want to make sure that, for one, they like it, and for two, it's done in the correct way as much as I could. Yeah, that fight would have been amazing when they both were contenders. I think Tony would have lit him like a goddamn Christmas tree. I think Dustin would have been okay early, but Prime El Kakui was... He has more power than Makhachev? I don't think so. He's a natural welterweight, not a 55er. Sure, you have a point there. I'll give you that. You have a point there. Oh, man, that fight. I can't wait for that one either. Jesus. That fight's on your birthday? Oh, on your birthday month? Hell yeah. Mine is the Perth card is on my birthday. My kids go to wrestling, no choice in the matter, boxing when they're ready. Hell yeah. That's awesome, Dan. That's awesome. I didn't know you did, but that's fantastic, Mike. What are Prime Dillashaw's chances against Merab? Oh, very well. He would do something that Sean couldn't do and Cejudo couldn't do. That's finish him. Wasn't Dominic Reyes robbed against so-called shitty eye poker legend? I don't think so. It's one round. One round's not a robbery. If you think you won, fine, but it's not a robbery with one round. Usman Nurmagomedov or Topuria? Topuria. UFC 322, and I'm born on the 322nd day of the year. Damn. Okay. That's sick. Do you ever worry about overexposing yourself to MMA streaming? What do you mean? Why would I be worried about that? I love fights. I love talking with you guys about it. Also, if I can have this as my job one day, you're goddamn right I'm going to do it. If anyone could beat Merab, it was TJ. Agreed. JDM versus Burns. Just rewatched, man. JDM took shots in that fight he should have never taken. Correct. Like I'm saying, even in the Bilal fight when he was having a lot of success in that fight, he gets in positions I don't think you can get in with Islam. I just don't think you can. I watched your Steve Ursig O'Day Osborne video, and it was a wider screen, so I guess you made it on your laptop. I made it on my PC, because my PC's right here, right next to me. That's where I make all my videos. I stream on my phone. JDM has a broken forearm. Oh, had a broken forearm. Yeah, I think it happened in the fight, but yes. Hamza versus DDP. Predict the round in which Hamza will submit DDP. He will not submit DDP. And it definitely won't be 3 or 4. His cardio will not last 3 or 4 rounds. Rooting for GDM, but Islam might just smoke him. Thoughts? I like GDM a lot. I think he's going to be in trouble with the grappling with Islam. I think Islam finishes him probably the second or third round. Because if he gets in the fourth and the fifth, I think JDM could start beating up Islam. But I like Islam in that matchup. I think there's too many holes in JDM's overall grappling game. It would be cool for JDM to win, though. I'm not going to lie. Hamzat got the same conditioning coach Dillashaw had. He's not Dillashaw. So. And also, the Dillashaw thing's, I mean, not really a thing. He took it because he was on the brink of death, literally, against Cejudo when he should never went down a weight class. He should have been doing that. The doctor should have canceled that shit. He looked like he was pounding on the door of death's door. Do you prefer living in a large family house style homes? I don't even know what that is, really. DDP needs to keep order in middleweight by winning, yes. I think they're all on PEDs, bro, but I don't care, even playing field. Well, like I said, I've always said, PEDs don't win you fights. It might help you, but the fighters win fights. That's reality. They may help you in some aspects, but they sure as fuck don't win you fights. Do I like John? Yes. Not all, but some are. Some are, yeah. And again, even if they are, not everyone's winning. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I would not be surprised if Rob was on roids. Possibly. Possibly. Do you watch any other organizations? I watched the Thad Gene fight like 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was, a week ago. I watched that. I listened to that when I was at work. That fight, which Gene looked great. No. I just don't have the time for one and stuff like that. I would stream it if I was like not sleeping or resting for work, because I work every damn day. Jordan, what's up, buddy? PFL. I hate their commentary team as well. So I really want to know the substance Ramazan tested for. It was not a good one. Francis coming back to heavyweight just released. I doubt it. ACA champs would do well in the UFC. I don't know how they will. I don't know how they would do striking wise. I don't know how they would do. ACA guys don't get tested, Tristan. There you go. There you go. I watch other sports like baseball, and I love football. Football's awesome. Awesome. Gilbert Burns slipped up in a YouTube interview saying he took roids in his new training regimen. LOL. He nearly said steroids, but panicked and said something else. I mean, again, he's an older fighter. Heal your body, buddy. Heal your body. Francis actually coming back as a light heavyweight. He announced he's cutting weight to go down a weight class in the UFC. Not true. Francis is a light heavyweight is insane. Yeah, that would be wild, but not true. Octagon MMA has taken over European MMA. Interesting. I'd like to watch others. If I was able to do this full time with my job, or for my job, dude, I would be live for, let me see. Yeah, I'd be live for the Octagon 74 on Saturday at noon. I'd be live for the PFL Africa thing at also noon. I would be live for the KSW 109 Saturday at 1. I would be live for, obviously, the fight night for the UFC. And then I would be live for the Contender Series. I'd be live for the ACA thing at 10 a.m. on Friday. I'd be live for the PFL. I'd be live for fucking everything. All the fights I'd be live for. You guys would be tired of me because I'm live all the time. DJ is coming back as a middleweight. Whoa. KSW is the best in Europe. I'm good, man. What do you think to the Vegas card this week? I like it. I think it's going to be a fun card. Cheap Paul coming back as a pussy weight. Ateba versus Marco Tulio. Who would you pick? Ateba. Are you going to be live for Road to the UFC in 2 weeks or no? Road to the UFC, probably not. I will be live for the Zhang 2 o'clock in the morning one. I will be live for that. But let me see when it happens. Road to UFC episode 1. Oh, wait. That's not there. Oh, right here. Road to the UFC Shanghai is, oh yeah, August 22nd. There's 10 fights. Shanghai. Oh, okay, that's not right, because obviously I'll be live for that, yes. That's the fucking doctor lady. Yeah, I'll be live for that. Oh yeah, I'll be live for that. Dude, that has to be fucking late. Or I guess early, whatever it will be. Which means I am getting 0 sleep. Let me see. That's Oberg Reyes, the 22nd. Where is it at? You see Rio. Where is this thing at? Get out of here. No shade. The fuck? Road. Oh, it's after 319. Why can't I find this? It's not the Walker Zhang one. What the? They don't even have it on the ESPN thing. Why is that a thing? Oh, it's 2 things before 319. That's still not showing up. Bump. Yeah, because it has Delidze Hernandez on ESPN, Dana White's Contender Series, and then 319. Is this not on ESPN? Oh, it's on Fight Pass. 6 a.m. on Friday. Holy Nikes. I would like to do it. Yeah, that's one I would like to do. Sorry. I don't care what's up. Time to crash. Good night all. Good day. Appreciate you, Mike, for being here, buddy. Just stream 24/7 MMA. Oh my God. There's no way Francis would come make light heavyweight. Correct. It's a non-felon. Have you taped the first Contenders card yet? No. How could I do that? Take it easy. Shavkat would beat Makachev. I think so. They won't make the fight, though. I agree. Did you take your wife's name like Ian Machado Carey did? No, I did not. But yeah, I'll definitely be live for that. I'd like to, but I work that day. Oh, gosh. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Fuck. Man, I would like to do that. Pride says Morales, let's make it happen. I agree. 100% agreed. Work is coming back as YouTube content. What? The fuck? I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. For that fucking in 2 weeks or so. Eastern, does that mean it's 5 a.m. for me? Holy shit. Oh my goodness. There's 10 fights, but God, that probably would do so good for the channel too. Fuck. Is there one after this as well? It's just the... Oh my gosh. And then the next day would be Walker versus Zhang at 2 in the morning. Holy Nikes. Whew. Whoa. Brady and Usman, I like that fight a lot. Will you collab with No Chill for Road to the UFC? That'd be cool. I agree, Road to the UFC is really good for YouTube. Yes. Yes. But I do appreciate you guys. Remember Matt Hughes? Of course I remember Matt Hughes. I love Matt Hughes. But I do appreciate you guys. I'm going to finish the rest of the breakdown videos tonight. Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Remember Star Wars? Not a Star Wars fan. He's one of my very first fighters I ever saw. Yeah. Yeah, I really like him. Tristan, what the fuck? But I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.